On 31st January this year, the IANA, which is the organization that handles the IP address globally, everything related to number globally, has run out or has allocated the last of his free IP address pool. And those addresses went to the registry in charge of Asia Pacific. As soon as they did those two allocations, what remained in the pool has been equally shared among the 5 areas. Meaning AfriNIC got one part, same equal part as ARIN, which is the American Region Registry, as RIPE-NCC, which is the European Registry, as AfriNIC, which is the Asia Pacific Registry, or as LATNIC, which is the Latin America Registry. Why do we talk about that equal sharing of the remaining pool? Before the 31st of January, when we as registry want to have access to the resources, we have to justify the need. Meaning we have to say in our region we have 1,000 operators, each of them need 1,000 identifiers, so we will need 1,000 times 1,000 IP addresses. So IANA will allocate to us a block of addresses so that we can allocate. But as from 31st of January, everybody get the same amount of IP address from the remaining pool, which is an important news for us, because it allows us, specifically in the AfriNIC region, to have a way of properly planning the complete exhaustion of the address pool. So AfriNIC got allocated the 102/8, which represent about 16 million IP addresses. That means we have in our possession as AfriNIC 16.7 million IP addresses that we can still continue to allocate. But as soon as we run out of those 16 million, we cannot go back to the IANA and get more. So we have to manage those pools efficiently to allow the transition. So you may be asking yourself, well, that is a scary news, because the internet works basically on those IPv4 addresses. But in fact, no. Late 90s, the Internet Engineering Task Force has anticipated the exhaustion of the IPv4 address already. And they have designed and developed a new protocol, which is IPv6. So what will happen is that as we are running off of the V4 of the protocol, the internet will slowly move to the new protocol, which is IPv6. So we are not in a panic situation per se, because the internet will continue to run if we take the appropriate measure. And that's the key message we want to have today. Because yes, we are exhausting IPv4, but we have the responsibility at different level to start implementing the new protocol. Why we are saying that is that if we look at the world globally, only 7% of network in the world are IPv6 ready. Meaning if we decide today, or if there is a situation today when we run out of IPv4 completely, only 7% of network are ready to continue to provide internet service in the world, which that is what is scary. We need to start acting very quickly to make sure that our network, our services are able to talk IPv6 so that we can continue to grow the internet. If you have followed what happened in the past few weeks, you may have seen that comments are saying that Africa region, and specifically AfriNIC, will be the last to run out of IPv4. Why? Because we have a very low level of consumption of IP addresses, because internet penetration in the region is still very low. That's true. That's true because, as I said before, each region got the same amount of IPv4 at the end. A region like America or Asia Pacific, they bound 16 million addresses in 3 months, right? So they will very quickly bound those IP addresses. While in our region, we bound them like in 1 year or 1.5 years. So we will have to manage those IP addresses to be able to allocate. But what should we be doing during those 1 year when we will be allocating from the last poll? Our message is to wake the community up. We have a very limited amount of time during which we should focus not on the exhaustion, but the post-exhaustion. What will happen after? How can we make sure that the internet we know today will continue smoothly after we, as area, we have exhausted our pool? When we talk about the exhaustion, we talk about IP address in general, people ask themselves, well, yeah, this is very technical, this is not something that we are concerned about, we just want to access the internet, that's what we know. We use the internet for our day-to-day life, so those IP, etc., I've even never heard about that. But if we look at this more closely, we'll find out that it is very critical for us as end users as well. Why is that? Because as I said, if you want to connect to the internet, you need those IP addresses. That means anyone tomorrow, after we exhaust the IP for that, want to access the internet, won't be able to do that. What will happen to our kids tomorrow if they want to connect to the internet? They won't have those prefixes anymore. So that's why IPv6 is very important for the development, to safeguard the development of the internet. Only a protocol that can allow a huge number of identifiers can allow and ensure the development of the internet. This is more practical to us in Africa, and specifically in Mauritius as well, because the internet penetration in Africa globally is still around less than 5%. So we still have a huge amount of people to connect to the internet. This is more meaningful if we take into consideration mobile application. Mobile in Africa would be what will drive the development of the internet. Everyone today has a mobile phone. And everybody is thinking of moving from a simple mobile phone to a smartphone, so that they can do data, so that they can go to Facebook, so that they can tweet, so that they can chat. So mobile phone will become critical equipment for the internet tomorrow. We will need to connect them. We are saying already, if we take computers, we don't have enough. But what if we add those mobile equipment? Then we are in a very troublesome situation. And that's why for a region like Africa, in developing region in general, IPv6 or moving to the new protocol is critical. We cannot think of the future, we cannot design the internet of the future, we cannot build the future of our economy on the digital economy if we don't plan how we can widen the scope of people who are connected to the internet. So the exhaustion of the IPv4 is a critical situation, but at the same time, it gives us the opportunity to move to a new protocol, which will, in fact, enable innovation, ease connection of new commerce to the internet.